Say hello.
Hey.
How we doing, Kristen?
Sorry.
How we doing?
That was a tough one. I think we played really well yesterday. Today they hit some more shots, so it was a good trip. It was good to split at least.
For you to, have your injury post what you posted to make the trip, a coach was saying yesterday that you guys kind of fought about getting you back on the court. He said no, and you wanted to be out there. How difficult has this been for you to sit and watch the series?
I think it's going to be tough, the rest of the season, like this week and then next week too, because I've been very fortunate in my basketball career. I've never had to sit out games for injuries, and now it's like, oh, well, this is a new territory for me. So, I mean, it is what it is, but at the same time, I think this year showed us better than any, you can't control what happens and you just got to roll with the punches. I feel like I've said that line several times this year, but.
How do you feel you being around the team could help them? Obviously you guys have been playing really good as of late, excluding tonight, but being around the team for all this time, and especially your senior season, how do you feel like maybe you've been able to provide a spark from the bench?
I think that it's a different perspective, but I think that if they asked if I wanted to come or not, and I think that me being here just is I don't know, kind of taking the role as, I don't know if I would call myself a leader, but taking that role and kind of, giving them energy as well as, not showing my Debbie Downer side of the way I'm feeling about what I'm going through. Cause I think it's one thing for me to be here, but it's another thing for me to be positive and be here. They're still playing basketball. They're still playing really good basketball. Whether I'm there or not, it doesn't matter. My team fights their tail off every day. So I'm proud of them and I'm glad I get to be here for them and stuff.
Kristen, congratulations on the all-academic team honor. That was announced today by Conference USA.
Thank you.
What does that mean for you, in your final season, to get this another prestigious honor in your career?
I think that as we go through college, we're considered Division I athletes. We're not considered students a lot of times when, people look at us. So I think that it's important because, the student aspect is what you take on with you after the basketball is over. So, I mean, I'm, honored by it, but I think that anybody on our team could have earned that this year. I think that we hit the books pretty hard most of the time and we stay on top of our classes and stuff. So.
I know the season isn't over yet, but what do you think you'll miss the most when your time at Marshall is up?
Obviously playing basketball, but I think being around the girls and stuff. I've always been in a part of a team and had that group setting. So I think that'll be hard to adjust to, but maybe when I get out in the workforce, I'll have my own little group there and maybe play a couple pickup games too.
Coach Kemper was joking with us earlier this week, and he said that he wants you to go into coaching, and he said that you'll probably never do it. Why does he think you could be such a good basketball coach at any level?
I have no idea on that answer. I feel like I'm pretty quiet. So, yeah, I have no desire to coach, but I'm not going to say I never would. I never say never, but at the moment, I just don't feel like that's probably a role that I would go into after this.
Kristen, you guys are about to start the Conference USA tournament. I'm presuming you'll make the trip with the team down to Frisco. Do you see yourself as kind of like a lead? I know you talked about earlier, you kind of view yourself as a leader, but do you view yourself as kind of like being like an assistant coach, like helping with the scouting as you're all about to play the conference tournament?
I'll do what they need me to do. I'll say that. If they, need me to walk through and be part of the scout, then I'll do that. I think that any questions, the girls have for me or anything, obviously I'll do my best to answer that and stuff. So.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you, Kristen.
Quick statement. I think it was probably a little bit deserved that she hit that three. That was key. I mean, they missed a lot of shots for us this weekend. And, we had a good defensive possession. They were patient, ran it all the way down, and they made one in a big moment. We were out of sorts for a lot of the day. They get some credit for that, with some pressure on us in spots on the floor and things like that. I thought moved us off where we wanted to pass the ball and really got us out of character a little bit. But I was proud of we mounted a hard charge. And, I think I know for a fact there was a time in a huddle or two there where we were wobbly. And, I did think that we showed mettle. We showed some toughness to grind it and get a lead. And then they did make some, they finally made some big shots at the end there. I think they made 3 threes in the last 4 minutes, and they hadn't made many all weekend. So, I think there's some stuff for us to learn. I think mentally we need to be a little more present in what's going on. I thought we got a little, we just weren't quite as maybe focused and things like that as we have been. And I thought that showed. I did think there was moments where we focused, especially down the stretch. We need to get that back going into Frisco. So it's good to get a split. We were trying to win too, we were absolutely trying to win too.
Coach, you think the tournament now will get you that focus back where it's one and done? I mean, there's no tomorrow. I mean, you play till you lose.
Yeah, I mean, I think Louisiana Tech. I think we're going to play Louisiana Tech. I believe they're gonna do some things defensively that's going to be tough on us. So, I think that we've got to handle that better than what we did today. And as long as we do that, I think we'll be in there with a chance to win down in Frisco. And I thought we played. We started slow there last year. But ultimately we were tough down the stretch. Last 15 minutes of that game against Southern Miss last year, we were a tough basketball team. Now number 2 doesn't get a play. She was tremendous in Frisco last year. That side of it, we're kind of used to that the year we've had, and it just is what it is at this point. But I know they're excited. I know that when you looked at what we were having to run through to get us out of that play-in game, basically, it looked tough 3 weeks ago, and I'm very proud of our team for staring that down and becoming a better basketball team. And I think tonight was probably that was as bad as we played in a while, mostly from a mental standpoint. But I think that's 4 pretty solid efforts, and then 1. I mean, that kind of basketball is a tough sport like that. You got to play a lot. You got to lace them up and play a lot. So, that side of it, we're ready to go to Frisco. We're ready to go to Frisco. We're gonna have to play really well down there. That's us. We're not gonna show up, roll it out there, move it around a couple of times, bang some threes, and win by 30. That's not how we do it. And I think they'll be ready to tackle that challenge.
Coach, what did you feel? What did you feel maybe was the biggest difference tonight? Besides, was it all just mental, or was it shots not going in? What do you think the difference between tonight and last night was?
I thought they did a nice job of getting us off our spots early on, and then when it got tough for us, we had stretches in there where we got frustrated. And you just can't do that. It doesn't help. And we've talked about that, and they're trying to mature. They're young. I didn't know it when I was that age either. It takes. It's a hard knock life. And when you get to be older, you kind of learn that probably I panicked when I didn't quite need to panic yet. And, not that we panicked. And I think I just think we got frustrated, and it's hard to play well frustrated. I thought we continued defensively to play the way that I wanted them to play. And we needed a little bit of help, especially the way we play offense today. We got it all the way until the last 4 minutes. And then they did what, champions do, which they are the champion of our division on our side. Our division is tough. I mean, it is tough. Everybody's good over here, and I say that because we didn't play a lot of teams from the West. We played 2 teams from over there. No, 3, I guess. I forget about Louisiana Tech. But the 3 teams we played over there are very good too. But they won the East Division. That's a good basketball team. They made shots when they needed to make them, and we did not. We did not. So it is what it is a little bit.
Coach, got a question for you about next week. Have you all kind of thought of like the game plan heading into next week with like scheduling like practices, like because majority looks like right now you will not play Tuesday, you'll play Wednesday, your first game. Have you all kind of game plan like heading into Frisco, like what the week will look like for your team?
Well, that's been hard to this point. I mean, because we don't know what the schedule is yet. So now, walking off this floor, I think we're the 5 seed from the East, and we're playing Louisiana Tech, I think, at 2 or 2:30 on Wednesday, I think. So we still could have finished as high as 3rd if we could have knocked down some shots and got a couple more stops. So it's hard to plan a schedule that you don't know yet. We know our flight, we know our practice schedule before our flight. Everything, leading into that American Airlines flight taking off for Frisco, we've got that stuff ready. And now on the way home, which we got a 6-hour bus ride home, we'll have plenty of time to figure out where we're going to be and what we're going to be doing after that. But the staff begins to work on scout. I mean, we kind of know where it might flow. Coach Crawford's got Louisiana Tech. She's been working on it for the last couple of days, so that we would be a little bit ahead on that.
Still the toughest 5 seed going into the tournament. I know you're talking about being the toughest 6 or toughest 7, but are you the toughest 5?
Well, sometimes my mouth gets me in trouble, Paul. I'm happy with our team. I really am. I mean, we had our backs against the wall a bunch this year, and we're a way better basketball team now than we were in December. And I think they're tougher people. I think they're tougher humans because of what they had to go through, and I think they learned patience and they learned resiliency and things like that. And, life taught us that this year. I talked about it, but it was everything they have to deal with is what got them through it. And I've said all year, and I mean, this is the last regular season game, so I think it's an important thing to circle back. Our players proved that they wanted to be here playing, and that was, if you can remember back in August and September, that was a big thing across the, do people really want to play? No, I appreciate Brandy Anders, our athletic trainer, who's worked her tail off this year to keep us out here. Our administration, I think Marshall pushed from the jump to get us playing, and our young women proved all year they want to be here playing, and we're excited to go to Frisco. That'll be a new challenge for us. And they're ready to go get it on.
Coach, what does this mean for you? Like, I remember there was a lot of doubt, like as with the fall sports season, about this season starting on time. Of course, you guys got a couple week delay, no real major stoppages. What does this mean for you guys to finish the season on time and started the season roughly in the normal pattern?
It's good. I mean, we're excited about it, and I think we've learned a lot through the process. But boy, I'm glad we're playing, and I'm glad we've gone through the process we've gone through with our team. It's been fun. It has been fun. They've grown a lot, and I've learned a lot as a coach. I'm happy to be here. We've had some really good wins, especially here lately. I mean, our program has jumped up and went at people, and I like that. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.